restrictive atrial septal defect. These are the images of that procedure. On your left-hand side, you can see the origin of the left pulmonary artery, and on your right-hand side, you can see the left venous pulmonary drainage in the left in the left atrium. You can see it's dilated, congestive, and you cannot properly see the connection between both atria. This color mapping Doppler flow, where you can see how the acceleration shows a high pressure gradient between both atria. And our intentions, interventional intentions at that moment were to place an stent on both pulmonary ostia, Jalin pulmonary truncus, and try to delay with an tactic balloon the atrial septal defect. These are the images again. On your left-hand side, you can see the stent placement, Jalin the pulmonary truncus, and on your right-hand side, you can see the inflation of a high-pressure balloon of 14 millimeters maximum across the septal effect. That's a transesophageal echocardiogram image of the balloon inflation. And this is the result afterwards, where you can see how the color mapping Doppler flow shows how the pressure gradient is much lower and how the defect is larger. So in the follow-up, we found that 1 month later, this dilatation had been ineffective because rise again in the pressure, in the gradient pressure between both atria. So we decided today to do as an interventional plan to place an stent on this atrial defect and try to recath short after to effectively confirm that the pressures are lower to try to complete in the future the Fontan operation.
So this morning, these are all images from the previous cath with the small and restrictive ASD.
Is that today's catheter or the last time?
The last time catheterization, 2 months ago. At first, we performed a regular ectatic dilatation with a regular power flex catheter, and then we went with an Atlas balloon. First, a 12 Atlas balloon, and then a 14 Atlas balloon, with no problems at all. The pressures then were 20 after the procedure, 20 as a mean pressure in the pulmonary arteries, and about 10 in the right atrium. So we ended the procedure at that time, and we planned this cath for today. During that time, there were no changes in patient conditions. His saturation is almost the same. It's between 81 and 84. She was followed.
You put in the pulmonary arteries the last time.
Pardon me?
What was the stent?
Yes.
Who's the manufacturer of the stent you used
Okay.
last time?
It was a regular formula stent, pre-mounted stent, formula 7 millimeters. There were no significant gradient between the right and the left pulmonary arteries. We knew at that time that the right jugular vein was lost due to previous surgery. And the things are, as I told you, that during these 2 months, there were no significant clinical changes in the patient conditions. His saturation, she has a saturation about between 81 through 84, and she was followed by echo, by transthoracic echo, and the echo people told us that there were once again a significant gradient between the left and the right atrium. So we came this morning. We have a superior we have a left jugular vein. We have also a right femoral vein and a left femoral artery. So, on our first surprise were about the pressures. I think you can see the pressures there. Can you?
We can't see the pressure monitor at the moment.
Okay. Can we see?
Now we can.
Yes. So the pressures are not so high. The pressure in the at the left superior vena cava is about 17, the mean pressure, and in the right atrium is, excuse me, no, that the red pressures are in the left atrium. I passed the catheter there, so these are left atrial pressures. So our first surprise is that the pressures are pretty normal. I think so.
17 in the Glen would be a little on the high side to complete a form.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, at the beginning of the pressure, of the procedure, that pressures were 15. Maybe it's something related to the. We have about an hour and a half delay. Maybe this is the reason for ventilatory pressure reasons. Excuse me. Can you see the? Podemos.
We can see both pressures. Yeah. All we're seeing at the moment is the hemodynamic screen.
Okay. Can we see all pressures there? Okay. About. I'll show the pressures at the beginning of the study over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So the
We see them now.
15. So and there is no gradient between the left and the right atrium. So we have several plans right now. I'll show you in a moment the transesophageal images too. But we have 3 plans. The first plan is to do nothing. Because I think these are good pressures. So the patient is only 12 kilos weight. And I think we will not perform the Fontan operation until next year or something so. The second plan is to redilate this ASD. And the third plan is to put a stent on the ASD. I want to like what the audience think.
Yeah, we could see if someone would come to the microphone and see what they do.
Okay.
I guess people would want to see the morphology of the atrial septal
Yes, okay.
defect on transesophageal.
Okay,
echo.
we'll see you. We'll see you. Llamar que el eco en tiempo real.
Como pongas
Yes, the problem certainly in terms
es que el
of
catete está
placing
obstruyendo,
the
está
stent in the
pasando y
atrium,
por eso
Yes.
se ve más.
you've already done a very big dilation. You're relatively
Este es en directo, lo que
Yes.
pasa que es.
I think so, because I'll show these are the old, can you see the old images? These are the echo images from the previous calf.
Ah, este es el previous.
Okay?
Vale, vale.
And this is the tiny ASD that we had at that moment. Go on, please. Yes.
This is the current one. And what sort of mean gradient did you get across that?
Today, nothing. No, 0.
Y era-
No gradient across that restriction.
No. Look at,
Oh, this is previous, is it?
this is the previous, yes. Just a minute.
Okay.
No, no.
No.
O dale con la flecha abajo, Manolo, al 17.
So, just a minute. Yes, it's live, yes. Quita 2D. Quítale ganancia el 2D. Quítale más. The catheter is through the DSD. Can you put the Doppler sample? Okay. So I think we can check this patient with echo, looking for some restriction of the ASD in the next month. Okay.
I guess that is the real problem with static balloon dilation, is that it
Yeah.
often just gives a partial relief rather than a complete relief of interatrial gradient, and then makes it more difficult if you were to try and come back and want to put a stent in here, because it'd be difficult to know what size stent would actually hold.
Yeah. I think there is.
Joe Giovanni has a comment.
Yeah, I think you've obviously stretched this very nicely, but I'm not sure whether you've thought it. In the past, and I haven't used this for a few years now, we used to use a fast blade. Do you have experience with that? What do you think of doing something like that? Because you really need to tear the septum if you're going to have a more kind of permanent opening there.
Yeah, I understand, but in this particular case, the different thing we have done from other patients was to perform the previous ASD with this ultra high pressure balloon. Maybe it worked better than I expected. So the other problem here is that this hole is pretty close. It's only 10 millimeters away from the tricuspid valve. So I was ready not to stand there because I think it's too close to the tricuspid valve. And my idea was to go up to make another hole with a transeptal puncture up from this ASD. It's too close to the tricuspid valve.
That would seem to be the best approach, to try and see if you could puncture whatever septum's left there and then dilate that, and that probably would be enough without even needing a stent.
¿Qué señalización?
Okay, it's in the stand.
If
Okay.
you get a separate puncture, you
Yeah.
can actually create a circuit from one ASD to another. And if you use something like a coronary wire, you can easily make a cut through, and that will give you a very good opening.
Okay, I think this is another option. I like that. Yes. I think.
It's more garroting, isn't it?
Yes, I will perform.
Spanish.
Okay. Okay, we'll try it then. I think it will take about maybe 30 minutes or something so to change our sheath and things like that. So you can have coffee if you have time, and we can come back. Is that okay for you?
That will come back. We'll do a lecture and then come back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Is that what you'd like?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. No,
Thank you.
We'll see you shortly then.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So maybe if Sandiga is around, great, very good then. I'll get on with the next one then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Federico, we can
Yeah.
see you. Can you hear us?
Yes. Clear and loud.
Great. Can you just tell us where you're up to?
Yes, we are trying to get by. Let me show you both PA and lateral views. Can we see podemos ver las dos imágenes? Girad por favor la pantalla.
We can see your lateral.
Yes, these are the images. Aquí. Yes, las dos de arriba, both on the top. So we are with the sheath in the right atrium. We have the pigtail as a mark for the aorta, and we are looking for a place, for a good place to make another hole. Inside the sheath, but far away, we have the new radio frequency needle. So our task,
Is this the energy needle?
yeah. These are the fluoroscopy images. At the same time, we are looking at the echo images. I'll show you the echo images. I guess you see there the color in the inferior ASD. And you can see the sheath, and I'm trying to get a safer place, both looking at the echo and at the fluoroscopy in both planes. It's not easy.
We can see the echo, and maybe we can see some tenting of the atrial septum now.
Are you looking at that? Yes. This is a good place, I think. So I'll try to go there with the needle. Let me check it on fluoroscopy too.
Okay, if we could see both echo and fluoroscopy would be great.
Can you show the fluoroscopy images too? Can you look at the? I think we do have a problem of space here. So, you can see the tenting there, and I'll see the fluoroscopy in plane A and on plane B, on lateral. On lateral, I feel much more comfortable with the location because it's far away from the aorta, not in the anteroposterior. And I like the tenting there too. What do you think about the place?
I think the echo looks encouraging, doesn't it? That it's distant from the other defect and there's a good bit of tenting.
Yes. I'll try to go there with the. ¿Es eso que hay abajo? Is it a thrombus over there? Or is there?
We have a question from the audience.
I think it's very important that you check it in 90 degrees in this angulation, so you have it in two planes where you do the puncture. So
Yes.
versus 0 or 180.
Yeah.
Ahí está muy bien,
We will check the coagulation. Podemos mandar una muestra. I don't like this clot there. So I retrieve the needle and I will try to aspirate it. Déjame una jeringa.
¿Es un clot o es de Eustachian?
Es un clot. No, I think it's a clot. Yeah. I will remove the introducer and I will begin once again because I think this is a clot. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to see the echo at the moment.
Yeah. Oh no, maybe this is the Eustachian valve. Can we see it more precisely? Because it's not related to the catheter. The catheter is far away. So this is the Eustachian valve. Okay. I will go once again with the needle, looking for a better place. It could take a long time to get a a good place.
I mean, these aren't difficult. There's no doubt the tools we have for them are not perfect.
Yeah.
And also, I guess in terms of the punctures, you don't have the SVC to come back out of.
No.
Está muy adelante, yo creo, muy cerca de la aorta.
Yeah. We need both fluoroscopy planes and the echo plane, the echo view. I have found another place in the echo, but I don't like it at the fluoroscopy.
Yeah, I think we just have the TV camera in the room to work with.
Okay. Can you see the fluoroscopy?
Yeah, we can see the echo well, and we can
can.
see the sheet dilator system coming up
Okay.
and down occasionally.
I'll show you some fluoroscopy images then, okay? We'll go there.
Okay.
We're paying a lot of attention at the fluoroscopy doses too. So we're playing with 3 images per second only.
Okay.
It's hard stuff. You see that? Too low.
Ahí está bien, pero está...
It looks good on lateral, not on PA, and not on echo.
Okay.
I know it's a little boring for you, but
No, what sheath and dilator setup is that?
okay.
That's good. Now we have a little insert of the echo now on the image, which is better.
Better? I
Yeah,
think.
we can see both the echo and your AP fluoro, which is fine.
Okay, fantastic, thank you. So, good place on lateral, not so in AP, not in echo. Enséñame el eco. Looking at the echo. I am
Your
trying.
orthogonal view.
I am trying to not lost this place.
Yeah.
Yes. Right now, can we move to another echo plane? Can we check it in more planes?
Maybe the 4-chamber view, Manolo.
This is the other hole.
It looked nice.
¿Tienes micrófono? Sí.
I think so, yeah.
Fernando has headphones too, so he can hear you. Any comment, Fernando, about the place?
I mean, it looked on the AP fluoroscopy. It looked, quite high. You've got a.
Yeah.
I think you've got a very short distance before you get to the roof of the atrium.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, but this needle works with radio frequency, so the idea is not to put it far away, just to make the contact.
Yeah.
Bueno, conectamos.
5-5.
We will deliver the frequency power. It will be 2 seconds. 5 watts, 2 seconds. Okay? I feel something strange. Yeah. I think I'm in the left atrium. I'm not at the top on the echo. Some contrast, please.
Contraste, Juan, no. Este. Un poco más.
Yeah, we see some bubbles in the left.
You can see the
Yes.
bubbles in the left atrium.
Yes, I will inject on the fluoroscopy. Please show the fluoroscopy, both planes, en los dos planos de fluoroscopía. Can you see both planes? No. Not very well.
We
Okay.
can now, yeah.
Okay, I will inject.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's right on the
It's-
right on the roof.
Yes,
Well done.
yes, it is. So
Right on.
I will keep the needle in place, and I will advance just a few millimeters the dilator. Maybe on the lateral because I have some overlapping from the. ¿Puedes ver en el echo? Can you see this in echo? The pacing is okay. It's perfect. I would rather prefer the AP fluoroscopy plane, but I have some overlapping from the TEE echo. So, Manolo, can you get out the TEE echo some millimeters? O sea, me hace sombra. ¿Puedes sacarla un par de centímetros?
La sonda,
La sonda. No, that's okay,
Ya.
not so far. May I have some lupa? Lupa? En el-
Ay.
Yeah. So,
I think it's far away enough.
yes. I am retrieving the needle. Vamos con la guía de 0.20, una guía de 0.21, yo creo.
Para el cutting es 0.18,
0.18 o 0.18.
¿no? 0.18. ¿Una teflonada de 0.18?
Una de 0.18 de intercambio, larga.
Sí.
So Federico, at the moment there's just the tip of the dilator in the left atrium through the puncture.
Yeah.
I think so.
The sheath is still well back in the right atrium.
Yes.
No, pero es suero. Pero no lo coge,
I'm
no
not
lo
sure about the seat, whether it is in the left or the right
Vamos,
atrium.
no.
What do you think?
Okay. It was hard to see. It just to me it looks as if you just have the dilator across, but maybe that's enough to get to curl a wire in the atrium and then proceed from there.
Can we see the... Yes. So, mete otra vez la sonda, por favor. We'll see on echo. Le voy a preformar esto un poco más. Voy a preformar esta... Uno metálico mejor. Voy a preformar para darle más vueltas. I'll go there with an 18 guide. I have some enderezador.
What wire is it that you're planning to use?
It's a regular 18 guide, 260
Wire.
hook wire. Now I will try to advance the sheath through the guide, keeping the introducer in position.
Once you've got the wire across, you probably could just go with a low-profile balloon, and that would
Yes,
be, you know, what you're going to do anyway.
yes. Then I was trying. I can't, so I will perform an angioplasty there. Necesito un catéter de qué? De coronaria, yo creo. No, un de angioplastia. Angioplastia coronaria.
Un catéter guía.
No, catéter guía,
No,
no,
un
catéter de
catéter
angioplastia
balón.
coronaria. De 3 milímetros. Así.
Catéter balón, quieres decir.
Sí. So I'll go there with a balloon catheter, an angioplasty balloon catheter there, trying to make a hole of about 3 millimeters.
Lo que pasa que pasa por un 18, uno de 3 milímetros de coronaria, no, ¿no?
No, tenemos una guía de 0,14 también. Una guía de 0,14.
Eso.
¿Eh? No te oigo. ¿Qué? Que se ve bien. Sí.
Pues una Steve, que como la punta se puede poner toda en la aurícula izquierda, una que tenga de más, pues una de más soporte. La Whisper,
Ya.
extra support, esta. Ay, coño. Pensaba que estaban abiertas. Sí, esa,
Sí.
esa.
Yes.
¿Es intercambio? Sí, ¿no? Porque hay que retirar la vaina luego y... No, dame un guante primero.
Yo lo tengo. Necesitamos una guía para enderezar.
Ah, aquí hay un guante, a ver. Da igual.
No me he purgado todavía. For that coronary balloon, I need a 14 guide. So I will change that guide for a 14 one. The introducer is far away on the left atrium. Can you show better images from the...
¿Hay un introductor de guía, Juan? A guide introducer, please. Un introductor de guía. Un introductor de guía. El pitorro.
¿Quieres que haga algún comentario
Sí.
mientras está?
Sí, sí.
Yeah.
Sí, pues sí, así se entretienen.
Oh, hello. This is Fernando Esteves from Gregory Marañón, trying to give some emotional support with my physical conditions. So I just few comments while Federico is working. I think the case is really interesting is really unusual to confront a case with a restrictive atrial septum in the context of univentricular physiology. And in our experience, we had just one case a few months ago in an hypoplastic left heart ventricle, and we solved it with the implantation of a stent in the atrial septum, and it worked well. We were commenting the case before live connection. We have 3 plans, and finally we have a 4th one that is really acceptable, I think. The hemodynamics, as you see, are pretty normal, but maybe one of the things we were talking about is what was the plan, the surgery plan, and what time we were going to wait for the surgery. So it's not a bad idea to maintain unrestricted the communication between the both atrium. Another question out of plan, I was talking with Federico, maybe in the next catheterization to investigate for veno-venous collaterals. This patient has been with high pressures in the pulmonary vascular bed, and maybe we can optimize hemodynamics and saturation also before Fontan, just closing these veno-venous collaterals. I guess we will found. And from a medical point of view, just a question for the audience or the panelists: do you recommend to put this patient on sildenafil for the next months before Fontan, even with these pressures?
Yeah, I think we probably would. And I say these are difficult, unusual cases. Then I mean the pressures aren't always so reliable. I think making the second defect would definitely help if we can get a good tear in that part of the atrial septum, and then treating with sildenafil, and then remeasuring everything and checking for veno-venous collaterals, which can develop, can develop anywhere. So I think this is an extremely interesting case. We're probably going to have to break now to go to lunch. So maybe you can record for us, because I think you're going to be back for another case later on, aren't you?
Okay.
So maybe you can record all the steps so that you can tell us later on, because I think it isn't an uncommon clinical problem that we face in where there's an inadequate intra-atrial communication in these single ventricle patients. So thank you very much for showing us your steps, and I wish you good luck with the rest of it, and we look forward to seeing how you get on later on.
Okay, we'll tell you.
So thank you. So we're going to end it. We're going to end the session now. So just one advice to the audience in front of me, which is that the next session must start at 2 o'clock, at 1400, because Milan will be immediately ready at that point.